Hello Spider Peeps. Well, a couple of videos ago, I can't remember whether I did it on a short or whatever, but I bought this Mac clock and I've actually modified this so it was a video by Wells Riley, and man is he satisfying. Unfortunately I just left it on the side. I was so excited that there was a battery in it. I left it on the side last night and yeah, it's ran out of battery. It's only got an 18650 in it, I think. So I'm going to have to try and charge this. Hopefully it works at the same time. There's some extra bits. There you go, it's turning on now. The few extra bits I need to sort out on this. The screen has already got loads of dust underneath it, even though I made sure that I didn't let any dust go on it. But this pops back a little bit, so I think I might need to put some better screws in there. He's designed a bracket to hold the screen in, but it's not working very well for me anyway. The rest of it works fine, although it doesn't make a startup noise either. But is that booting or not? No, maybe I'll show it to you booting afterwards. I'll just leave this to charge for now. But inside it, I think I showed you, it had got this little board that Wells Riley had designed to put the little amp on and to connect to the Pi, so that the switches on the front of the device work. So let's set that aside at the moment. Well, Wells Riley was sponsored by PCB Way, and I'm a JLC PCB boy, even though they've never paid me any money whatsoever. I got these done and you get 5. I think this is about £4 to get them all delivered. So I've got some spare, but the one thing I didn't notice when I watched the video and when I ordered them, so these two switches that you take off the Mac clock motherboard and put onto this, got these little resistors there. I mean, I think they're 402 resistors. I mean, look at this for a banana for scale. Yeah, they're teeny. So because I'd forgotten about those, I had to order some, and I've got a feeling that this video might be done very zoomed in. But yeah, so these are the little 1K resistors. Let's put it down so it focuses. I mean, you can see how small these little things are. So I thought today, let's have a go at some surface mount soldering. I'm going to use a hot air blower for this. I think you can use a hot plate. I haven't got one of them, and I must experiment with hot plates. But this video is just about trying to solder some things on there and just to see how it goes, and we'll go from there. So if I'm using my hot air blower, I definitely need to use my little solder station to protect my cutting mat from the heat. And let's see how I can mount this so it's reasonably steady. So I think I'll hold it from each side, maybe like so. That'll keep it in the general area. Then I wonder whether I can use some of these to just lock it more in position. I think they should, yeah, they should work okay. Maybe I'll do a couple over here as well. So lock that in position. So this isn't going to be a tool-free video. I am going to use some tools, and I appreciate not everybody might be able to afford a hot air desoldering station. So what else do we need now that's set up? We've got these teeny resistors that I mustn't lose, and also I'm going to use one of these. I think these are, well, these are actually electrostatic ones, I think, but I think they might be used in the hair plucking industry. I'm not sure. So the first job is to get the resistors out of here. I mean, that's going to be hard enough. Let's do it this way. So I'm just going to get the edge of this tweezers. These are very sharp needlepoint tweezers, and I'm just going to push through from the back. See whether that works. One side's plastic, the other side's paper. Sometimes if you just push it through, and I need 2 of course, so let's just push those 2 through and see whether they work. At this point I'm going to need some other specialist SpiderMaf equipment, I think, which is I'm going to need some glasses as well. So I'll put my magnifying glasses on so that I can see it, and I'm going to turn my hot air station on as well while this is working. So hopefully I can get close enough to this to see it without me blocking the picture. I don't really know. So I'll poke these through. So these SMD have got a plastic side, which is where I poked through, and then they've got a paper side. And I find if you're really careful, you can grab these out because they tend to stick to the paper rather than going off on their own little journeys. Having said that, have I lost one already? Quite often when I think I've lost one, it's still stuck in here. Well, on this occasion I think I have lost one already. Doesn't take much. Have I lost one? Where on earth did that go? Is it still there? Alright, looks like I've lost one already. Oh well, that's why they come in pack of 10s. Let's get another one out, which will surely mean that the original one will instantly appear. Well, after all that saying, I couldn't lose them. Alright, let's try again. So let's do the next one. I think I got 20 of these for a couple of £1, most of which was postage. Oh, that one's gone as well. All right, but I've seen where that's gone. That's gone down there.
Here goes his funny bone.
You need a very steady hand.
Right, oh, I dropped it again. Okay, so that's got 2 of them on there. One of the hardest things I've found to do with these is to turn them the right way up. Now, it looks like I've been lucky this time. So both of those have gone the right, as that one tombstones. Both of them have gone the right way up. You can put them on either way, I think, but I find it more satisfying if they go on the correct way. Okay, so before I do the hot air, I think I'm going to just put a little bit of solder on top of the 2 pads. Now, I don't need a lot. Yet again, the soldering iron bit has really had it. They don't last long, these ones that I bought. I think I bought them from Temu rather than AliExpress. I'm going to try and order some solder tips from RS in the UK, see if I can get some better ones. Alright, so I've just put a little bit of solder on each of those. We could use the proper solder paste, but I've not got any of them. I think I'll just clean those up a teeny bit, and because I don't want to spray my little surface mount chips off the board, I'm going to use one of these self-dosing IPA sticks. So come on, do it, do it, do it, do it. Go, here we go. Yay! There we go. Let's just clean it up a little bit there. There's a bit much on one of them, a bit too much really, but I think I can get away with it. Okay, so next I'm going to get some Flux and just put, I mean there's a blob on the end of this that's already there, so I just want to put a little bit of Flux on. So I've put a massive bit of Flux on. Okay, so yeah, so there's probably too much Flux there, but I'm hoping that the Flux will hold the surface mount components in position for long enough. So let's get the first one. And put it there. Wow, that went on straight away. And in a way for these, it's better if they don't go on perfectly, but because it's satisfying when you put them on and they pull into place. All right, so I think they're in. And that might be all I need to do. So let's get the hot air out. Now I've got this set to 310. When I did the main one, I had this set to 200 and it didn't seem to do anything other than cook my banana. But yeah, so I'll wait for this to heat up a little bit and hopefully we'll see the Flux burn off and it won't blow the resistors off. Because I've not got any other components on the board at the moment, I don't have to worry about melting them. If I'd have if I'd have put the switches on, which has got a plastic back, I would have had to cover that. Okay, so that one I got perfectly on, so I'm not going to see that, but this one I think it's pushed in that direction a little bit, so I'm hoping there's like a blob of, put too much solder really on that side. I should have wiped some of the solder off, but hopefully once that solder melts it'll pull it that way, because at the moment I can just about see a gap between them. Oh, I think that's it. I think it just did it. Just on call, yeah. So that's lined itself up, and now the other stuff has gone. I can see that this one's slightly offline. And I don't really want to touch them, because the chances are if I touch them, it's going to knock it right off. I wonder if I can just, yeah. Hopefully that's done it. I mean, that looks alright. Definitely smells hot. I mean, how long was that? About a minute? Didn't take too long, did it? Right, let's put that to the side. Okay, so just while I was waiting for that to cool down, that hot air blower, which when it's when it's back in its holder, it blows it on my mini PC, which isn't good. Not sure whether there's a bit of muck there, but that's definitely on there hard, and that one's on there hard as well. Obviously I could probably just physically push these off if I pushed hard enough. Such a little piece of solder that's holding them on, but it seems to be as simple as that. All right, let's clean this up a little bit more. Hopefully there's some IPA still left on the end of the pokey ear stick, as Erin would say. Right, that looks quite clean now, so let's go to... It's such a small bit of solder, it's really hard to work out whether it's worked or not. So what were these? These were 1K. Multimeter out, and let's just move that up there a little bit so we can get it closer. Now I've set it to 20K because it's a 1K resistor, and I think probably the safest way to do it is to trace these PCB traces. So this top resistor goes between that pin there, that pin of the switch there, and there, and we should get 1K. Yeah, 1 exactly. If we join these we get 0, so we get a different reading on that. And then the other one I think goes from there, follow it round, yeah, to that one. Lovely. So those resistors are on fine. So wasn't actually too bad, was it? Obviously I've got a hot air blower. Like I said, not everyone can have one of those. I may as well just put the other capacitor on the board. So my mistake when I ordered this. So my fault was when I ordered this, I didn't realise there were any SMT components on there. I think that'll do for now. Then I can just come in. I could probably do with a bit of flux here. Could probably do with cleaning the end of my soldering iron as well. You see, it's gone really weird. So let's put some fresh on there. That's that, that's that. These pokey ear sticks are okay for surface mount, but they do leave a trail of devastation when you're doing through-hole stuff. Better off using a toothbrush. Alright, so there you go. That's not bad, is it? It's soldered all the way around, it doesn't go underneath, and it's centered really well. Let's have a look at the other one. The other one's a little bit wonky, probably where I decided to push it, but that's worked as well, and we know we've got electrical connection going through. So what do you think, Spider Peep? You can get really good results on really small surface mount components if you're a little bit patient, if you have a magnifying, if you have old eyes and a pair of tweezers, and as you see, that was quite a success. Alright, hope you enjoyed this little experiment, Spider Peep. See you in the next one. Bye. There we go. What a lovely thumbnail. Surface mount using simple components, banana for scale. Okay, so what did you think about that seamless boot experience you watched? It really did look like a Mac booting up, because it is a Mac booting up, it's just running on hardware it was never designed to run on. Yeah, so there's some things I don't like about this, in the fact that we've got a beautiful touchscreen underneath this that we can't touch. And at the moment I've not tried plugging an external keyboard into it, but I'm hoping I will get the full Mac experience with that. Maybe I'll do another video of this later on and we'll explore what's on the Mac, because I quite enjoyed doing that on some of the system discs that come through when I was playing with my Spider Pico Mini Mac thing. Pretty good project, and as you see I've got loads of spare circuit boards, as you do, which I could solder the chips on. But I've done it twice. Should I do it again? I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, Spider Peeps. I was really hoping the very last shot here would be me finding that 1K resistor, but it's gone, buddy.
Look on the bright side. They're gone, buddy.
Hey, SpiderMaf, there's something on your lip. Something on my lip? Where? Just there. Yep. You got it.